The Supreme Court just made a huge decision regarding Native American voting rights, sending a closely watched case back to a lower court. This is crazy, right? The justices are saying that a ruling that went against Native American tribes needs to be reconsidered after the High Court weakened the Civil Rights Era law. You know, the one that's supposed to protect voters and advocacy groups from being disenfranchised. But here's the thing. That decision conflicted with decades of case law. The Supreme Court blocked it, allowing the tribe's preferred maps to stay in place for now. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson dissented from the decision, saying that both rulings should have been reversed. The conservative majority has already diluted the enforcement power of the Voting Rights Act with their previous decision. I'm Jack, and with me is Jillian. You know, this is insane. The High Court's conservative majority ruled that a map relied too heavily on race, which is a very high standard to meet. This decision is going to have huge implications for future cases. Listen to this. The court also sent another case back for reconsideration, one that involved the state legislative map in Mississippi. The state made a similar argument, saying that only the federal government can sue to enforce the law. This is a big deal, you know. It's like the Voting Rights Act is supposed to protect voters, but now it's being weakened. The appeals court's finding has been cited elsewhere, which is crazy. The Supreme Court needs to take a closer look at this. The decision that was made is going to make it much harder for voters to bring lawsuits under the Voting Rights Act. This is a huge blow to advocacy groups, which bring most of the lawsuits filed under the law.
I mean, come on, that's not how it's supposed to work. You know, this is a big deal. We need to talk about this more. The Supreme Court's decision is going to have huge implications for the upcoming elections. It's like, what's going to happen now? Are voters going to be disenfranchised? Are advocacy groups going to be able to bring lawsuits? This is insane. We need to stay on top of this story and see how it develops. The Supreme Court's decision is a huge deal, and we need to make sure that voters' rights are protected. So what do you think about this decision? Do you think it's going to have a big impact on the upcoming elections? The Supreme Court's decision is a huge deal, and we need to make sure that we're on top of it. So subscribe to our channel and drop a comment below.